Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead, or you may also know me as Bev Wolfie from Transparency Now. This is another article I'm going to be sharing on both my channels for the simple reason is it's a really exciting news. According to naturalnews.com, Monsanto stock is plummeting. It's taking a beating ever since the march against Monsanto in May. Yes! Now, this doesn't mean we can rest on our laurels, folks, but it does mean we are making an impact. Every time we shop, we vote. Every time we read the label and say, I don't recognize these ingredients, and we put it back on the shelf, we vote. So here's a part of the article, but I will list it in the show more info box below. And I really encourage you guys to read it and give yourself a pat on the back, because this is what we have been hoping for. This is the first push that we need to get us more involved in ridding the planet of genetically modified food and Roundup and chemical pesticides and all that stuff that go hand in hand with Monsanto's grain products. All right. Well, not just grain products, all their GMO products. All right. Naturalnews.com, and this is dated today, Friday, August 23rd, 2013. And it says here, hedge funds, insider traders begin dumping Monsanto stock as reality of GMO sinks in across Wall Street. I'll read you a little bit of the article. Monsanto executives and insiders are dumping Monsanto stock in record volumes, sending the stock price spiraling down. CEO Hugh Grant just sold off 40,000 shares at $97.74. And both Janet Holloway and Gerald Steiner, both high-level Monsanto executives, recently ditched more than 10,000 shares each. Tom Hartley also bailed on another 6,000 shares at $100.15. Hedge funds, meanwhile, are also dumping Monsanto stock, most likely due to sharply increased negative sentiment. This means people increasingly don't like Monsanto, and that's a direct result of all the growing realizations about the dangers of GMOs, Monsanto's predatory business practices, the company's dangerous experiments that have already unleashed genetic pollution, and the fact that GM corn has been experimentally found to cause widespread cancer tumor in rat studies. Just the fact that Monsanto's GE wheat trials got out of control and contaminated a wheat field in Oregon, causing Japan and South Korea to ban U.S. wheat imports, has resulted in 150 groups now demanding the USDA keep a tighter lid on Monsanto's GMO experiments. These groups are fed up with seeing the market value of their crops destroyed by sloppy open field experiments being conducted by Monsanto that spread genetic pollution across the country and contaminated non-GMO crops. Monsanto goes even further and actually sues the farmers whose fields they contaminated. And it goes on to say, hedge funds dumping Monsanto, Monsanto share prices plummeting ever since the march against Monsanto. So far this year, Monsanto share prices have plummeted from a high of $109 to a current trading range around $95. That's a drop of nearly 13%, and the bad news for Monsanto just keeps coming. For one, the European Union's new food safety guidelines affirm the methodology and findings of the Seralini GM corn rat study. As much as the biotech industry and all its pimped-out science trolls have attempted to attack the study, the secret is already out. GMO corn causes cancer tumors. And consumers accurately see GM corn as an equivalent to a poison symbol on foods. The Seralini study, by the way, found out that up to 50% of males and 70% of females suffered premature death. Rats that drank trace amounts of Roundup at levels legally allowed in our water supply had a 200 to 300% increase in large tumors. Rats fed GM corn and trace amounts of Roundup suffered severe organ damage, including liver damage and kidney damage. The study that fed these rats NK603, the Monsanto's variety of GM corn that's grown across North America and widely fed to animals and humans, this is the same corn that is in your corn-based breakfast cereal, corn tortillas, and corn snack chips. Anyone who's still investing in Monsanto is investing in this. Anyway, folks, I will leave you to read the article, and please do. It's really important. If nothing else, this one article shows that we are making headway in the fight to regain our health and our food on our terms. This is the Mrs. Wolfe from Our Half Acre Homestead, or Bev Wolfe from Transparency Now, saying, don't slack off now, folks. Put the pressure on. GMOs have got to go.